Hi, welcome to this new quickie. This quickie is a bit related to the get head, so please watch the get head quickie first. Okay, so in this quickie we will talk about the reflog. What actually is the reflog? What's the reference log? Why is it important? A big disclaimer before we start, this is not a Git tutorial, so I expect you to have the basic Git and shell knowledge. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's go back to our lovely terminal. Before we talk about reflog and why they are important and what actually are they, we need to explain some things about head that we didn't cover in the get head quickie. Okay, this is that there's multiple commands to move the head. We learned that the head is a pointer, etc., and we played with it a little bit. So let's show the log of the all branches. Okay, the head is pointing to the master. So previously we was moving the head alone like a pointer. I wanted to point to the master. Next I wanted to point to this commit. I wanted to point to this tag. Whatever I want, I can move it. And this, let's call it a soft comment, a soft move of the head. You point to you actually not changing the branch history, you're not changing the branch commits, or you're not modifying the repo. Okay, you're actually moving to a point of time that this version was the latest thing. Okay, so you're just moving in time, you're not changing anything actually. So let's say we want to go here, we use checkout and switch to go there. Okay, we already know this. So there's more aggressive head movement commands, which are the get reset head and get reset head with the hard option added to it. Okay, so this actually moves the branch that head was pointing to along with the head. So if I moved the head using the reset head command to, let's say, 2 commands backwards, maybe here, the master also will roll back to this commit, not just the head. And this is actually aggressive because it changes the repo, changes the history. Okay, I'm not moving in the history back and forward, I'm changing the history actually. And if I kept this history changed for a lot of time, especially using the hard one, I might lose this comments that are ahead of me if the garbage collector kicks in the wrong time, the get garbage collector. So it's a bit dangerous, especially the hard one. So let's demonstrate this. And the danger point is where the reflog actually kicks in. It's the, let's say, it's the last line of defense and get. Okay, so don't be patient, we will go to reflog. So let's go to a dummy project I have. Okay, so let's print, it's only one branch, and this is very important and you will know why. Okay, the head is here. I can softly move only the head to this comment using that check. Now checking the log, the head has moved here. It was on this commit and moved to the 5A6D, and I can't see the previous commits. Maybe I try the all. I can still see this because it's still part of the master commit, so I can see it if I listed the logs of the all branches. Okay, so I can easily go back even if I forget what it was. I can go to it or to master because master is pointing at this commit, so it's the same essentially. So nothing actually is changing, only the files. If you want to make sure that the files are changing only, but we can go back and forward, like rolling back and rolling forward easily. Here's a tiny proof. Let's go to this repo, the same repo. Let's open the only file that we have. Actually, this file has 2 lines. If I check to a previous commit here, now I only have this. Let's go back to the master, which is a newer commit that was ahead of us. Now we have this, so we can go in time, back and forward in time, but actually the history stays there. The master the repo history is not overwritten. Okay, we're not attempting to overwrite it. This is very important because of this next comment that I do. So I said that there's other comments that can move the head, right? So git log one line, we are pointing to the master, and the master is currently at this comment. Okay, nothing ahead of us. Let's get reset the head tilde1. So basically using this tilde1, I'm telling the git to roll back the head only by 1 commit. So go back, jump, only 1 commit back. Okay, let's see the log now. See, now the head moved with the master branch. The head took the master branch with it. It's more aggressive. This is attempting to rewrite the history, which is bad. You have to know what you're doing. If you are playing with history like this, you're rolling back the things. And why it's important and why it's dangerous, let's say, because you can't anymore easily go back. Maybe you might say, I haven't cleared the screen, I have the previous one, it's not showing now, but I have it here, I can copy and check out to it. Oops, you can't, because you have already changes that needs to be committed, and those changes are actually that new lines. Now they are new because we actually went back in time aggressively and we took the master with us to the repo. Now this edit new line is a new line. I don't remember that this was here before. It's a new line. I moved in time and I deleted the previous commits. Okay, so it's a new line waiting to be committed, tracked and committed actually. So this is aggressive. I hope you got what I mean. That head moving softly means head alone moving and pointing to other things. Head moving aggressively means attempting to rewrite the history or the repo, which means head takes with it the thing that it was pointing to. Here master was here, now master is here at the 5A60, and I can't see anymore the previous branch. How to go back then if I can't check out back? If I can't check to master, because master is actually here, I can go back to master because I go to the same place. So what to do to go back? Here comes the reflog. So the reflog or reference log is the second logging mechanism in Git. So we have the normal log, which logs the changes in your project files, in your projects, the versions, the commit history. It's a log that logs the commit history and the history of your changes, of your project changes. Okay, so the git reflog is another type of logging that logs the changes of pointers and the history of git comments that you use, the internal pointers of comments. So it's a log that logs the changes of the git comments and your usage, your history of using some comments. So let's say the git reflog. So to use it, I type git reflog, git reference log. Okay, it's a little bit mistake, but don't worry. This was the last one. Okay, I checked out. I tried to move from master to master. It's actually doing nothing. So this was the last thing that I do. That was check out. Before that, I did a get reset. I moved the head one step backwards. Before that, I did a checkout. Before that, I did that. So it's a history of what you did, not a history of your commits. Okay, and there is one extra very useful information here, is that you can go back if you use the get reset head command using this annotation, the add curly. So this is the commit and this is the other commit. I can't go to it unless I use the get reset again, but using this. So this is the way to go forward aggressively. We learned how to go backward aggressively using head and tilde. Now we go forward aggressively using this head too. And I want to mention that this changes live. So here's now this is at head 2, and last thing that we did is we moving from master to master. Let's do another thing, like trying to check. Or maybe let's go to master again. It's essentially doing nothing, but I want to demonstrate that this is logged in the get reflog. Nothing goes outside of get history. Okay, so let's go to the master. Now there is a new checkout command that I tried, and now the head that was at 2 previously is now at 3, which means 3 steps away from the last command I used. Okay, let's go back. Okay, using this, the head needs to go 3 steps forward. Now we're good, and back again. We got our commit again. So this was the aggressive head moving and how to reverse it, actually using the reflog. And why is reflog very important? And if you use the get reset with the hard, okay, we actually force change everything, if you as you say. And if I use the get log, I can see any commits that was ahead of this current commit. If I use the reflog, I can go back, but the hard is very aggressive. And remember, if you left any commits not related to any branches, the get garbage collector can garbage collect it at any time, and you might lose it forever. So if a commit is not part of any branch, we can give it a special name, which is a dangling commit, similar to a dangling pointer if you use this notation, use this keywords or concept in other languages like C and C++. Okay, so this was the reflog and the head movement, and see you in the next quickie. Thank you.